As for the future, as to what I plan on doing with my property portfolio, I plan on at some point developing. I see myself, once I've got X amount of cash flow coming through from my portfolio, which it's never enough, right? That's the funny thing. There's never enough cash flow in my portfolio. I wish I had more properties. I wish I had more assets. Doesn't matter if I've got 1,000. I'll still be saying I wish I had 5,000. I wish they could be doing more for me. But I know that I'm in a very good position due to the actions that I've taken. I've just built an asset base. I just collect assets that collect cash flow, and that cash flow comes down, and then I can go and do more things with them. Work out whether you want to be that active investor that has to perform the trick. If you buy a property, you develop it, you sell it, you have no property, you've got a little bit of cash, you can't buy that asset again that you bought beforehand because the market has gone up, and then you have to go and perform the task again. Very similar as to why I don't buy and flip real estate, because I won't look back in the future and say, I'm so glad I sold that property for 500 grand because the property would be worth $1 or $2 million. It'll be like, shit, I wish I still owned it. So my net worth, my value of my asset position will continue to grow due to inflation. As for when I will develop, that's a good question. I don't actually have a time as to when, but it would be when I see the value in doing the development. Maybe when I'm locked out of the property market. Maybe if prices go too high, I could look back to the assets that I've bought and then add more value at that point in time. But for this point, I'm out there accumulating assets, building my net wealth position, building my cash flow position up higher and higher every week. So I guess as an investor, always say have clarity, have a roadmap as to where you're trying to go to. Understand as a business, what is your position? What are you trying to achieve? If we look at McDonald's, for example, McDonald's sell a very substandard sort of burger, right? I don't want Macca's to come and sue me, but I think we can all agree that we could build a nice, chunkier, beefier burger. There's places that have better tasting burgers out there than McDonald's do. However, McDonald's have got a very successful business. You don't see McDonald's go, okay, well, Pizza Hut makes lots of money from selling pizzas, so what we should do is we should sell pizzas through our drive-through. Their core business is that they sell cheap hamburgers and cheap chips and Coke and, out of a tap, and they hand you the cup of Coke or whatever the case may be. That's their core business model. They have clarity around their business plan, they have clarity around their strategy, and they run their business in line with that. As an investor, you need to work out what is your business strategy, what is your investment strategy, how are you going to get to your end goal, how is this portfolio going to be sustainable for you? Are you a builder? Are you a developer that's going to be going out there buying properties and keep having to redo that exercise over and over, or are you building out an asset base which is of good properties that are bringing cash flow week after week, day after day, and continue to go up with inflation? So for me, it's very clear as to what I think is best for myself and what I've been doing for myself, and that's to have a nice, solid asset base that keeps bringing cash flow, growth, equity, and capital. So